the next item on the agenda is another opportunity for all of you to engage in the conversation. And I'm kind of curious, how many here in the room have attended conservation boot camp? Rita? Anyone else? No one else in the room? Kalita, can I put you on the spot?
I knew that was going to happen.
You knew that was going to happen. Why don't you just, if you want to stand at your place? And I mean, you've been sharing to all of us about boot camp and your experience. Tell us something about your position in your district and what you experienced, how you went to your board, just off the cuff.
I'm district manager, been there 20 years in March. I've done conservation planning pieces. I went to some NRCS 1, 2, 3 days years ago. I do get a toolkit, but still I'm not comfortable with it. So my board approved for me to go to Lincoln for 3 weeks, and that is a long period away from your spouse.
But you're smiling.
I'm still smiling. But it was an experience, I can say, and we had another lady from Oklahoma go that didn't have any knowledge, and I was still a little overwhelmed. So I know where she was at, and it is to familiarize you. You really don't learn all the total steps to go home and just get on there and do it, because in 3 weeks they cover so much material. We had classroom time and a lot of field time. It was very good information. I did learn a lot. It's just you cram a lot in 3 weeks.
And how many people are in your office in Oklahoma, Kalita?
Me and a part-time. So it was really hard to keep things on task. At class, you couldn't read your email except certain times, so Keith was sending me texts because he was my part-time at the office. So I was still working from home up there to keep things working at home. So if you don't have another employee, but I thought it was well worth 3 weeks to go, learn more. My thing is to always learn something every year to advance yourself, even if it's something small. So I thought, well, I can't really push district employees to go if I don't know what it's about. So I thought I needed to have the experience for me to move on, plus be able to help other district employees make the decision to go.
Okay, any questions of Kalita? All right, I want to invite Phylis Vandevere, NACD, to step forward, and I believe that you have some great information to pass along.
Thank you, Irene. Yes, I am the NACD Conservation Planning Boot Camp Coordinator. And just a little background, if anyone in the room is not familiar, NACD and NRCS have reached an agreement. And for the first time ever, district employees are allowed, if you will, to participate in the NRCS Conservation Planning Boot Camp training right along with NRCS staff. We learn the exact same thing that the NRCS staff members are being taught, how to use the same computer system to write the plan. It's done the same way. NACD has been given 10 spaces in each of the 7 training sessions to fill with conservation district and tribal district employees. So we have those spaces available in each of the sessions. There's one a month, March through September. The dates, I have the dates, but they're on the NACD Conservation Planning Bootcamp webpage. If we don't fill those spaces, we don't get to make them up. So if you have district employees that are interested and eligible, and I'll talk about eligible in just a second, I encourage you to get in contact with me, get their name on the list, and let's fill each of those 10 spaces available in each of those sessions, because it's an outstanding opportunity for district employees to get this training. Back to eligibility, you must have a link pass, be connected in Ag Learn, and there are 7 courses that a district employee or a travel employee must complete before attending any of the sessions. And the best part of this is it's totally free. It is totally reimbursed to the district, to the employee, even down to the amount of money they spend at the coin-operated laundry to wash their clothes for 3 weeks in Lincoln. So it is on a reimbursed basis, so there will be some air travel and hotel, but if there's instances you need reimbursing even ahead of time, there is possibly an opportunity to do some of that on airfare. Yes, sir.
In the past, whenever the Soil and Water District employees tried to get information from ASCS or FSA, okay, as far as farm number, tract number, field number, the correct acreage number for a field, district employees always had to jump over a hurdle and go through NRCS to get that information. Are you saying that they're going to have access to the server and to FSA's numbers and allow them to go in there and look at those records?
Now, boot camp does not make them a certified planner. It is one of the many steps that an employee must go through in order to become a certified planner. Boot camp is training about how to write a conservation plan. It is very technical, as Cleta will agree. I am not positive about that. I actually am in charge of, making sure that we get the word out that this opportunity is available to allow the employees to attend. And I do know that it does not make them become a certified planner, so they will still have to have NRCS, their DC, or possibly an engineer sign off on those plans, a person that is a certified planner.
I was a DC for 35 years and a lot of EQIP plans, LTAs, and all that stuff. And one of the bugaboos is always ASCS or FSA, whatever you want to call them, always had reluctance to give up any of that information. Even when you were a certified planner, you had to go to the FSA employees, say, please, what is farmer's tract number? He wants to sign up for a waterway or whatever. And the first thing they'd say is, do we have him signed up into our system, and do we have his legal boundaries within the county, and we can assign him a tract number, and we'll do the field numbers, etc. But it's like, they always acted like it was their protected information, and they didn't want to give up their kingdom. Now I heard yesterday that they're trying to look at more of a national plan where the two agencies can finally get together and either share or have some way of linking up together. So if you go to the farmer, he can just say, I want this done, animal waste management plan. And he can, DC can just go in there with a swell pond, go in there to get a tract number, a field number, and give them a cost estimate along with the materials estimate to do the tract.
Well, you know what, I'm sure that we could probably continue that discussion, perhaps during a roundtable discussion, or perhaps at another time that you bring up some good points, and I'm sure that we could pursue that for you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We have a number of people working with NRCS as planners, and none of them have any problem getting into the system and being able to work on toolkit and everything else that has to do with planning.
Well, that's just the highlights of the Conservation Planning Bootcamp opportunity that's offered. Please visit the NACD webpage. for more details. And if you get to the webpage and you find yourself with more questions, please contact me. My contact information is there, and I'll be glad to help you with any of that. Yes, Margaret, real quick.
Are any of those seats available to state agency staff?
They are.
Thank you.
They are. I apologize. Thank you for bringing that up. State agency staff that works in district offices with district customers writing conservation plans. Yes. And we've heard from an employee that participated. And now we're going to have a district board member. Kelly Stockton is president of TACD, but also the chairman of, and I forgot your board, but we're going to hear from a district supervisor how he feels that it benefits the district by sending an employee. So Kelly, if you'd like to come up and share your thoughts on boot camp. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you, Phyllis. I'm speaking out of bounds, but the general information, you will have full access down the road. That's going to be open. That's what they're telling me in the meetings. We're one team. Get to be a planner. You're working. Folks who want to. You're not going to be running somebody down to get it. You're going to have access to it. There's a lot of changes, and we're speaking to boot camp, and I push boot camp. I'm advocate for it across the states. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to a lot of employees that's been to boot camp, and like the young lady here, I haven't found anyone that says it's a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It takes you away from your house. It takes you away from your job for a period of time. But my thinking is, and my board's thinking, I'm out of Middle Tennessee, Jackson, just up the roadways, but talking to other board members and talking to people across the nation, it really gives these people a step up. It gives them confidence. It gives them a base. It's not you learn it all, but you're exposed to it, and you know what you're talking about. My recommendation is, as soon as you get a new employee on board, as soon as the paperwork's done, you get them a pass, you get them into Ag Learn, they complete those programs. I like to get them out the door into boot camp, because it's going to help you on the local level, because before they learn bad habits, I know no one's got any bad habits here, I'm not saying that, but before they do that, it's just like putting somebody in a mechanic shop. If I put them in there and they say, well, this is the safe way to do it, and this is probably the proper way to do it, but let me show you a shortcut. It doesn't necessarily always work. So my thinking is, and a lot of other people agree with me as I talk to people, let's get these folks in boot camp. Put them in, expose them as soon as we can, get them back out, get their feet on the ground, and let them enhance that learning, expand their knowledge. It's worth letting that employee go. I've had people say, well, we got the employee to work. I don't want to send him off or her off. I need him. No. You turn that employee loose. You put them in the training. You get with Phylis, you coordinate, get these people set up, work out a time that's good for them, and they're going to be more productive quicker. You're going to have a better employee long term, and you're going to have an employee that's confident that as an association, as a local group, that we're concerned about their future and give them the best start they can do. And that's my thinking. And that's kind of how that's my perception.
Kelly, we hear that some board members are a little worried about sending their employee to boot camp because they possibly could get hired away from the district. How do you feel about that? Because didn't that happen to you?
3 times.
Okay.
3 times. And my board really says, why in the devil do you hire people when you know they're going to leave us? I don't want to hire anyone that's not going to leave me. I want to hire individuals that's looking to the future, that wants to better themselves and be able to get themselves in the best position to where they can really enjoy what they do, but also be a more asset to getting conservation on the ground. These employees come in, NRCS, sure, they're looking for some employees, not as many now, but contractors, these other people that's looking. But it speaks good of the boards when people look at my operation and say, hey, they got a person down here that's really got the training, they're performing, they've demonstrated their abilities. That's what I want. I want people to be looking at our operation. I want people to look at your operation and say, those people are hiring people, they're training people, and getting them in a position where they're ready to step up and meet the needs, because wherever these people end up, it's a common goal, whether up here, 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 whatever slots they're sitting in, at the end of the day, it's what's on the ground. It's what we've done for our customer. And when that person moves up, that's another person I've got up the ladder that I can call on and say, hey, I need some help someday. Don't keep that. Sure.
Phyllis, that's the first question my soil scientist asked me when I said, can you come to the day with me before I go to camp? He said, are you going to go to work for NRCS? I said, no, I'm just trying to learn more so I can help in the district and help our partner out because of the workload. In 20 years, he knew me. He's like, you're going to go to work for NRCS? No.
But I think Kelly just summed it up. No matter who we work for, the ultimate goal is getting conservation on the ground.
Get it on the ground. That's the point. And I know you've heard it. You're going to hear it again. It'll never be old news, but it's going to be news. Down the road, I see it. I've been looking at it the last few years. I see it heading that direction. I know it's going that direction. We're going to be, there's not going to be as many of us. Local groups, local districts, I think is going to remain intact. That's all I'm getting. We're going to stay. But as we go up in NRCS and some of the other agencies, there can be consolidation. There's not going to be as many folks there, which is going to change the way we operate. And we need employees that's professional, that want to learn, that's willing to do whatever it takes at the end of the day to meet their clients' needs. I urge people, don't resist, don't find it, don't say I hired on for this job and it's all I'm going to do. Take advantage of everything that you can get trained, like this young lady. A year ago, you probably wouldn't thought about going to training, would you?
No, the year before that, I said I can't do that and they'll ain't go in the office and it just won't work.
So, don't get locked in, that's what I'm saying, but boot camp is great. It's
But
worth
I've been at my position for 20 years and I help people fill out EQIP applications, pull maps, do all that. And I still feel that I got so much information that I can help so much more in the office talking to the producer, preparing and helping them get ready for stuff.
Well, we operate in a park, and I may be getting off track here, I don't mean to calm me down if I do, but I am a full-time minister, but also preach some folks on other things. But really, we've all got a toolbox. Different sizes, but we've got a toolbox. But when we come to work conservation district, we've got a toolbox. And there's a lot of tools in there. And between our partners, we're going to reach in that toolbox, and whatever tool that FSA's got, NRCS has got, TDA's got, whatever tools they've got that will meet my client's needs, I'm going to reach in that toolbox and get an unload of them. And take them to the customer and say, which one of these you want to use? What do you think do the best? How's it going to work? Because every state is different. Every district is a little different within that state. And their clients' requirements, there's a commonality, but there's always a little difference. And what we have is the ability to take those tools and tailor the programs like CSP I just talked about. It's just like buying a car, we put different options on it. We can go a different way, but it's the same vehicle. So use the tools. We don't restrict ourselves. We're just going to use the fed side, we're going to use the state side, I'm going to mess with this. Use every tool you've got. Use it to your advantage.
Any questions for Kelly? Kelly, thank you.
Hey, thank you.